Madison Beer, whether you know her from
I was supposed to be in the video.
No, I
or she has really started to establish herself as an artist and a cool person in the last few years. But it has not always been this way. Madison was signed at 13, and despite this big teenage dream that a lot think it was, she was actually controlled by a lot of people above her and not given any creative control over her career. They saw her as the next Justin Bieber, just a product to be sold. And when she didn't do as successful as Justin Bieber, they literally just threw her out and didn't even care how much hate she was getting. Over the past few weeks, I've watched every single Madison Beer related video, I read her book, and I analyzed every single one of her songs to find the subliminal messages in them. When Madison's career first started, she was perfect. But was she too perfect? Today, I want to use Beer's story as a cautionary tale for when marketing can go too far and how you can avoid that in your own social media career. Hi, my name is Aiden from Novo Marketing, and before I get into this amazing video about Madison Beer, I'm just here to remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, and we are a marketing company. We are eager to help you achieve your social media goals and get you there in a very unique way that is personalized to you. You can achieve your dreams, I promise.
Hi, I'm Roxy Ogle, and I'm going to be helping out with this video. I actually am a Madison Beer expert because I met her. So, Madison Beer had a mostly happy childhood. She was born in Long Island in 1999, and she's always had a passion for singing. She really did it out of her love for singing rather than to be famous, but her parents always joked that she would become famous one day.
So this is the crazy story about how Madison Beer got discovered. One of Madison Beer's friend's parents invited her to come sing in a professional recording studio, and Madison of course took the offer. She went, she recorded some covers with absolutely no intention of becoming famous whatsoever. She was even surprised after just getting a few hundred views. Everything changed when Justin Bieber retweeted her cover of Etta James' At Last. I mean, she had a great voice, she was obviously very beautiful, and she had everything going for her. Of course she was going to be successful off the bat. She was signed by Island Records, the same one as Justin Bieber, and managed by Scooter Braun. All her family moved to Los Angeles, and she was immediately thrown into high status events, songwriting sessions. Literally imagine how she felt. She was like living all her dreams right away. I mean, when I was reading her book, I was like, she literally like must have felt like she had everything. But there was one big problem. She had no say in anything she was doing.
Madison Beer was 13 years old when she was signed. She thought this would be her big takeoff, but she didn't really have a say because everyone viewed her as a kid. This made her super in her head about if people would judge her for being ungrateful, yet she wasn't happy with the work she was producing because she had no say. Her first official release was her song Melodies, and she didn't like that song at all. She actually had a breakdown after she tried on her fitting for the music video because they wanted her to dress her like a Disney teen, and that wasn't the vibe she was going for at all. She got so much hate, not only for the music video for Melodies, but just in general. Everyone was saying she shouldn't deserve the boyfriend she had, criticizing her looks, just tearing her down, which is insane because I met her and she's just as beautiful as she is online. She's beyond nice, and she really took the time to connect with me.
So why didn't the public fall in love with Madison Beer like they did with Justin Bieber? Well, the truth is, her label saw her as nothing more than a carbon copy, but like female, of Justin Bieber. And not even her own person, let alone artist. They saw Justin Bieber's success and they were like, we have an algorithm to fame and let's do it again. And when you think about it, a lot of the things that happened in their career are very similar. They were both discovered from viral YouTube videos. They were both extremely young, and they both even had the same manager. But they didn't see how audiences aren't stupid, and they'd see right through their formula and safe playing. Madison's brand lacked character. They saw her as someone who had no flaws, and that just made people want to desperately find something wrong with her. They dropped Beer when they realized their perfect formula was actually not perfect at all, and just left her unsigned and completely hopeless to continue.
Madison Beer had just about given up on her luck in music. She wanted to quit. She wasn't enjoying it anymore, but her mom let her know that if she still had any passion for it, she would help her continue. And that's when Madison wrote her EP, As She Pleases. I love this EP. In 2019, she signed with Epic Records, and then she gained a lot more control over her music and what she was putting out. And in 2021, she released her song, Selfish, and that was against her label's wishes. But she knew what her fans wanted, and she knew it in her heart, and that's actually her biggest song. Madison was finally able to find success when she was being her authentic self, and there was no one holding her back. She has become an advocate for mental health, and her momentum's only growing.
Now, oddly enough, I kind of have a lot of similarities to Madison Beer's story, except all my pressures were internal and not a label or managers. A few years ago, I made a bet with one of my friends that we could get 10,000 TikTok followers in 2 weeks. I started the first week with making content about my music, which is what I really wanted to go viral for, but it did not do well at all. And we're talking like 10 views after like putting literally 6 hours of work into a video. In the end of the second week, I posted a video about Finn Wolfhard, and let me tell you, it took off. When I saw that it did well, I was like, I need to continue posting because I want to be famous, obviously. And every piece of content I made, I had to wrap Finn Wolfhard in it somehow. But I was also super stressed about thinking about some new ideas that fit this strict binary that I created. I would cry on my phone with a friend Roxy, and she would help me try to think of ideas, but I don't know, I never felt like I was stable, and I always felt like I had to stress to think of a new idea. If there wasn't Finn Wolfhard in the content, I wouldn't post it. And my followers started to get sick of it. Before you knew it, I was getting so much hate because people were like, you don't look like Finn Wolfhard, you don't look like Finn Wolfhard. And I was like, I don't know, like this is what did well, like this is what I thought would do well. So I didn't really understand that people could see through my algorithm that I had in my head. Even when I started to lose followers, I wouldn't stray from my original strategy because that's what I thought worked. Madison's first team saw Justin Bieber's success and they thought they created a template for success, but there is no template for success. Everyone who is successful gets there a completely different way. And if everyone got there the same way, that would just be boring. I wouldn't even feel fulfilled in my life. Now I help run a nonprofit account and I approach it completely different than I did my main, and it does consistently well without me having to stress about it all the time.
So what are the main takeaways from this video? One of them is definitely pursue your passions genuinely and the work will speak for itself. Be original, not imitative. The world needs the version of you that you are, not the version that people tell you you should be. Value your uniqueness. As you see in Madison's case, that's what people want you to be. You might get a bunch of unnecessary hate when you're pretending to be someone else. Learn from your setbacks. Don't let your setbacks make you give up. And lastly, success is personal and varied. It's not going to be the same for everyone, but staying true to yourself will definitely help you create your own organic path.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, we are a marketing company and we are eager to find ways to make you successful in your own personal way. We have so many strategies and ideas to help you, so click the link in our description to set up a free consultation and have a beautiful day.